Cancer, August 31st through September 6th carries an unusually emotional and transformative energy around you. This may be one of those weeks when everything appears normal from the outside, yet internally you feel that something is shifting. A person may say something that stays in your mind for days. A message may arrive when you least expect it. A financial matter may suddenly demand your attention. A relationship may reach a point where you can no longer pretend that everything is fine. And somewhere in the middle of all this, you may discover a truth about yourself that you have been avoiding for longer than you realize. This week is not simply asking you to move forward. It is asking you to understand what you are carrying before you take your next step. Cancer, you often remember what other people forget. You remember the tone of a conversation, the expression on someone's face, the promise they made, the moment they disappointed you, and even the small kindnesses that others barely noticed. But this week, your memory may become both a gift and a challenge. The past can teach you, but it should not become a place where you permanently live. If this reading resonates with you, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow and allows you to stay connected to future horoscope readings. As Monday begins, you may feel the need to create emotional distance from unnecessary noise. You could become more selective about who you speak with and how much of yourself you reveal. This is not because you are becoming cold. It is because your emotional boundaries are becoming stronger. Something may happen that makes you realize that not everyone deserves access to your inner world. There may also be an unfinished matter from the past that returns. Perhaps someone contacts you, perhaps a forgotten responsibility resurfaces, or perhaps a memory unexpectedly becomes powerful again. Instead of asking why the past is returning, ask what it wants you to understand. There are moments when life brings an old story back to the surface, not so that you can repeat it, but so that you can finally read its final page. Monday is therefore a day for observation rather than reaction. If someone says something that hurts you, do not immediately respond from emotion. Give yourself time. Your first reaction may be powerful, but your deeper understanding may arrive later. Tuesday brings more movement. Communication becomes important, especially in work and family matters. Someone may approach you with information that changes your plans. A colleague could ask for your assistance. A family member may reveal something they have been keeping to themselves, or someone you know could introduce you to an opportunity. Career matters may begin moving in a more positive direction. If you have felt invisible or underappreciated, Tuesday can remind you that your efforts have not gone unnoticed. You may receive praise, responsibility, or an opportunity to demonstrate your skills. However, do not take on more than you can realistically manage simply because you want to prove that you are capable. You do not need to carry every responsibility that lands at your feet. Financially, Tuesday may encourage you to become more organized. You may think about household expenses, savings, debts, upcoming payments, or a future purchase. A small financial adjustment now could make a significant difference later. If you have been waiting for money or expecting a financial response, information may begin to arrive. Wednesday may become one of the most important days of the week for your practical life. Money, work, and security come into sharper focus. You may discover that a situation you thought was financially complicated actually has a solution, but you need to approach it calmly. There could be an unexpected expense, but there could also be an unexpected opportunity. The important thing is to avoid making financial decisions from fear. Fear can make a temporary problem feel permanent. Instead, look at the facts. If you have been considering a new job, side project, business idea, or professional skill, Wednesday may encourage you to take the idea more seriously. You may not be ready to make a dramatic change immediately, but research, planning, and preparation can begin now. Cancer, sometimes the most important financial decision is not how to earn more, but how to stop allowing uncertainty to control your emotions. Wednesday can also bring a realization about your professional value. You may have been doing more than people realize. Perhaps you solve problems quietly, support others, or take responsibility when things become difficult. This week may remind you that reliability is a strength, but it should not become a reason for others to take you for granted. Thursday turns the energy toward love and emotional connection, and this could be one of the most revealing days of the week. If you are in a relationship, something beneath the surface may finally need to be discussed. You may have been holding back because you were afraid that speaking honestly would create conflict. But silence can create its own kind of distance. A relationship cannot grow entirely on unspoken expectations. If you speak gently and honestly, you may discover that your partner has been carrying their own fears. One of you may be worried about the future, finances, commitment, family expectations, or emotional security. Thursday can create an opportunity to bring those concerns into the open. Do not turn the conversation into an examination of who is right and who is wrong. Ask instead, how can we understand each other better? For single Cancer, Thursday may bring an interesting romantic possibility. Someone could show an unexpected interest in you, or you may find yourself drawn towards someone who makes you feel emotionally comfortable. The connection may begin quietly, perhaps through a conversation, mutual friend, workplace, or online interaction. Do not rush to label it. Let it develop. Your heart has learned enough from situations that moved too quickly and ended with uncertainty. This time, you may be attracted to something calmer, more stable, and more genuine. There is also a possibility of someone from your past appearing again. If that happens, remember that familiarity is not always compatibility. A person can feel familiar simply because you already know the emotional pattern they create. Before allowing an old connection back into your life, ask whether the underlying problems have actually changed. Friday brings a much lighter energy. Your confidence can increase, and you may feel more willing to interact with others. This is a favorable day for career conversations, social connections, networking, important messages, and new opportunities. Someone may recommend you for something. A conversation could lead to a professional possibility. You may meet a person who knows someone else who could help you. This is why Friday is especially important for your social environment. Do not underestimate the power of a connection. Sometimes the person who changes your life is not the person who gives you the opportunity directly. It is the person who introduces you to the person who does. Friday may also bring good emotional news. If you have been waiting for someone to respond, you could finally receive clarity. If you have been uncertain about where a relationship is going, a conversation may make the situation easier to understand. But remember, clarity can sometimes mean discovering that you need to move on. That is not necessarily a loss. Sometimes clarity is freedom wearing a different face. Saturday becomes quieter. After several days of emotional and social movement, you may need time alone. Your home environment could become especially important. You may want to organize your space, rest, spend time with family, or simply disconnect from everyone for a while. This is a good day for emotional recovery. Cancer, you often absorb the atmosphere around you. If someone is stressed, you can feel it. If someone is unhappy, you may try to help. If someone is disappointed, you may start wondering whether you caused it. But you cannot carry every emotion that enters the room. Saturday reminds you that other people's feelings are not always your responsibility. You can care without carrying. You can love without fixing. You can support someone without sacrificing your own peace. This may be one of the most important personal growth lessons of the week. Sunday brings a deeper sense of emotional clarity. You may begin to understand why certain things happened during the previous days. A conversation may suddenly make sense. A financial concern may have a solution. A relationship may reveal its true direction. Or you may simply feel different inside. The transformation may be subtle. You may notice that something which once triggered you no longer has the same power. That is progress. Your emotional world is becoming stronger not because you feel less, but because you are learning how to feel without allowing every emotion to control your decisions. In your career, this week encourages patience and strategic thinking. Do not get involved in unnecessary workplace drama. If someone tries to pull you into gossip or conflict, protect your reputation by staying focused. Your consistency will speak more loudly than any argument. If you are looking for a job, applying for something new, or considering a career change, keep moving. Even if one door closes, another connection may appear through an unexpected route. Do not interpret one rejection as a verdict on your ability. Financially, the week asks you to prioritize stability. Watch emotional spending, particularly when you are stressed. You may be tempted to buy something simply because it gives you temporary comfort. Before spending, ask whether you actually need it or whether you are trying to change your mood. If an unexpected financial opportunity appears, investigate carefully. Do not rush simply because the offer sounds attractive. In love, your greatest strength is emotional honesty. If you are in a relationship, speak about what you need. If you are single, do not settle for someone simply because they make you feel temporarily less lonely. You deserve a connection that gives you emotional security rather than constant uncertainty. Your social circle may also change subtly this week. You may notice that some people only contact you when they need something. Others may genuinely care about your well-being. Watch actions rather than promises. The people who deserve a place in your future are not necessarily the loudest people around you. They are the ones whose presence makes you feel safe enough to be yourself. Your energy levels may fluctuate. Some days you may feel highly motivated, while other days you may want to retreat into your own space. Do not fight that rhythm. Give yourself enough rest to recover. Your emotional sensitivity is not a weakness. When managed properly, it becomes one of your greatest forms of intuition. The most favorable days are Tuesday and Friday, especially for work, communication, networking, and opportunities. Wednesday is important for financial planning and practical decisions. Thursday carries strong emotional energy for relationships and romantic developments. Monday requires patience with past issues, while Saturday is best for rest, family, and emotional recovery. Sunday brings clarity and helps you understand the deeper meaning behind the week's events. Cancer, there is a message hidden inside all of this. You are entering a period where protecting your peace becomes more important than protecting old connections. You may have spent years trying to keep everyone comfortable. You may have stayed quiet to avoid arguments. You may have forgiven people before they truly changed. You may have given second chances because you believed that people deserved them. But this week may teach you that forgiveness does not require permanent access. You can forgive someone and still move forward without them. You can remember the good moments and still accept that the chapter has ended. You can love someone and still choose yourself. That is not cruelty. That is maturity. And perhaps the most beautiful part of this week is that something new can enter your life only after you create space for it. An opportunity cannot settle into a life that is completely occupied by old fears. A new relationship cannot breathe inside the shadow of an old one. A new career direction cannot develop if every decision is controlled by the fear of failure. You may not see the full picture yet, Cancer, but the pieces are beginning to move. A message may arrive. A conversation may change everything. A financial situation may finally become clearer. A person may reveal their true intentions. A new opportunity may appear through someone you barely know. And inside you, a quiet decision may be forming. This time, you are not going to abandon yourself just to keep something else alive. That may be the real turning point. As August 31st through September 6th unfolds, listen to your intuition, but also listen to facts. Protect your heart, but do not close it. Be generous, but keep boundaries. Give people opportunities to show you who they are, and then believe what their actions tell you. Cancer, sometimes life does not remove people or situations because you are being punished. Sometimes it removes them because you are finally ready for something that requires more space. The tide does not ask permission before it changes the shoreline. It simply moves. And perhaps this week you are that tide. You are changing the shape of your life one decision at a time. Do not fear the movement. Trust the person you are becoming. because the chapter ahead may be softer than the one behind you, but it will only begin when you stop trying to live inside the past.